Good day, great rising. How are you all? I hope you're doing well. It is June 10th. I wanted to do a reading for Divine Masculine to speak their throat chakra because I was just thinking about it, ever since I had the vision of the Archangel Michael freeing himself from the bondages of by the way, guys, it's on ascensionglossary.com. Lisa Renee is actually the content provider of that, and so if you were like thinking about that, ascensionglossary.com is where I'm learning new information, and that's what I share here. That's what comes out for me. But anyways, I was thinking about how's that feeling? It's been a few days. How's that journey going? And so I wanted to ask those questions, and then it came to me like, you know what? Why don't I just ask to free the throat chakra right now for the DM? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna look at Divine Masculine. Hello, my beautiful Divine Masculine. King, I call you forward to truly have this safe space to communicate exactly how you are feeling today along this journey. You are truly protected and safe and honored, and I love you so much. So don't hesitate to give the god-awful truth, Divine Masculine, because that is what we need right now. I did a reading yesterday, and truly the Ace of Swords is the energy that we all need to be coming forward with. So, honor thy truth, honor thy heart, Divine Masculine, where are you? A tempting offer has a high price. Stifled, bored, and stuck. Go ahead, Divine Masculine. Time for change, to learn something new, to use technology and gadgets with wisdom. I'm going to keep going because I feel like there's more. Divine Masculine, keep going. Intoxication, distorted view, overindulgence. Okay, yes, Divine Masculine, you are safe to keep going. Transitions to the spirit realm. Okay, Divine Masculine. One more message. What would you like to say? A powerful energy shift. Wow, that's crazy because I feel like this was the same card that came out last time. And I'll have to check and see, but I'm pretty sure that was that powerful shift last time. So I feel like, okay, Divine Masculine would like to just say that they're still being tempted by, this I think because things may not be moving as fast as, and that's how it goes, like with divine timing, right? Like rarely do things go in the time fashion that man time wants them to. If you think about divine timing and God's time, the God's time, one day is nothing. I mean, that's probably like 1 second compared to the divine, heavenly. So I feel like, this tempting offer to just kind of be intoxicated and by their stifled in boredom is really just because they are seeking a new way of bringing forward this transition. Like for a lot of Divine Masculines, this is what I'm getting, is you don't really know what to do with this new power that you're feeling inside. You don't really know, like it is a very powerful energy shift, and you know that something spiritual is coming down and coming out. Like it's this weird compression, and so to protect us, right, because we can't just integrate everything at once, our poor little human bodies would just like probably disintegrate. You're put into like there's been a lot of towers, there's been a lot of hangman, there's been a lot of I see a lot of King of Swords, but also kind of like this Seven of Swords, this Nine of Swords energy popping up in the readings. It's like there's this feeling of, I know something is coming. Where is it? I'm done with waiting. I'm freaking tired of waiting. And in the meantime, like, it's easy to get that distorted view because you're waiting, and the idle time, being the idle mind basically is not very helpful, you know, like divine masculine is truly seeking some sort of new way to integrate this transition to the spirit realm, because they're bored with waiting. And of course, everyone gets bored with waiting, but guess what, guys? This is the time to use your imagination, okay? This is the time to talk to your spirit for this big energy shift. What is... Oopsies. I always drop these freaking cards, guys. Sorry. What is this huge energy... what is the tempting, huge, beautiful offer that you would go towards? Like, what do you want to shift? There's a very tempting offer. You know, it is tempting to stay stifled and bored. That's the card that came out after. But you're bored because you are not... You're ready for change, but you're not really learning anything new and using technology and gadgets to create the wisdom within, to bring forward your wisdom within. And what I'm going to say is that that's a distorted view, divine masculine, because absolutely this transition, this powerful transition of your spirit coming forward means that your body, your mind is the technology. So you have to shift that stuck energy, please. Try to shift your stuck energy and imagine yourself as the technology, which probably shouldn't be hard for a lot of divine masculines. Like, they're kind of like one-track minded. Like, if I'd literally say, okay, imagine yourself that you are a crystal, right? And you're transmitting frequency information. That's technology, right? Your mind is a crystal, whatever all those tissues and cells and minerals and all that good stuff are that make up our bodies is your technology. Use your mind now as the technology. Instead of being overindulgent and intoxicated on these stifled and bored energies, maybe you're feeding into the drama, like you're bored. You're really bored. Let's see. How did this come out? Tempting offer. It doesn't really matter how it came out, but because we're going to keep going. So you're shifting your energy. You're going to be using your mind as a technology now to powerfully bring in the spirit of yourself. Your higher self has all this incredible magic and power for you to, end this stuck, distorted, overindulgent energy, okay? What are you going through, though, right now that might be somewhat of a challenge? The challenges that are keeping you stuck, bored, overindulgent are related to what? Your second chakra. Okay, so how you are creatively, I'm seeing expressing your passions and desires. What do you really want to do? How you build relationships with others. Look at that. That is a challenge for you right now. If you're feeling bored or stuck, release some negative energy. This is smoky quartz, but you need to release some negative energy or do some sacral chakra work. Okay. Let's keep going. What else is up? What is like an energetic block, basically, that is kind of, again, keeping the divine masculine stuck and bored and having attachments. Okay, so things that we really, okay, and now I'm seeing these two together. There's a deep desire for a lot of passion and, basically to create this warm, wow, I'm hearing indulgent again. Masculines, you're attached to some sort of indulgent, distorted energy that is keeping your sacral chakra stuck. Clear your sacral chakra. Please go listen to some sacral chakra music on YouTube. Work with the color orange. Do something, just like talk to yourself about what your creative passions truly are. Oh, it's interesting. I have this orange selenite here because, yes, I'm clearly doing sacral chakra work. And these, this altar here, like I said in other videos, like I've got my Empress cards underneath, and these are, tributes to my ancestors' healing, as well as kind of like manifestations and guidances that I would like with my cards. That's my little magic over there. But anyways, Divine Masculine, your attachment to these overindulgent, toxic, tempting offers, like it's always your choice, like maybe you feel like you were super tempted and there's some sort of passionate tempting. That's what I'm seeing here. But that's shifting too. So, it's you balancing between your body and your spirit is okay. Don't feel like just because you have like maybe a lot of desires and passion that somehow you are not spiritual, or that somehow, like you have to use yourself as the technology now and not let the stifled, bored, stuck energy inhibit the creation and the creative passion that you naturally have. Even if you're unable to physically make moves, which is probably really annoying, like you're attached, Divine Masculine, to a lot of action. You're attached to that. And messages saying, okay, now come down and do some work with your sacral chakra. You can even do stretches for sacral chakra, okay? Like, you can do exercises for that. Like, YouTube is amazing, right? Okay, let's look at just a few. Is there anything else? Are there any other blockages or challenges that... Oh, that is really interesting. Hold on. This card is not a part of this deck. I'll have to clean out my decks, guys. But what is this card? Simplicity. And also the woman holding the coin jumped out. Okay, Divine Masculine, a story unfolds here. Yeah, you are super attached to how you can bring your monies out, and I think it needs to be simplified. You're being too complex. The distorted view, the tempting offer is it's like complex, not complex, that's not what I meant to say. It is confusing. No, it's complicating. That was the word. These attachments to either bringing forward this sort of like material possessions to the feminine, or just kind of having that yourself. Attachments to that need to be healed with simplicity. Simplify. I think also that could be the technology that you use with your mind again, is to simplify. Like, what actually do you need? Are you having a distorted view about that? What is your creative passion versus the attachment to material or images? Okay. Simplicity, simplify. So that's really interesting. All right, let's do some, if there's any tarot. What sort of support? What sort of support can the Divine Masculine tune into to help simplify these attachments and these distorted views to, like, bringing spirit to matter, like bringing this transition to the, because remember, Divine Masculine, you are freeing yourself. Those attachments, like all those bindings that you had, the vision that I had of being called upon, like the bindings are being freed. It's still a very powerful shift of your spirit descending and ascending. So what sort of support can Divine Masculine look for? Or, okay, these two are coming out. So it's the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. Interesting. I'm hearing discernment. Picking and choosing where you're going to give your battles. Where you're going to take yourself out of the battle. Where you're going to adjust your perspective on taking a stand. And it says on this Five of Pentacles, the budget lessons, okay? Woman holding the coin. Where are you giving out your currency? And it could be paper. It could be energy. Where are you going to declare to take a stand, you know? To really kind of use the technology of your mind and simplify. Again, that's so cool that this card with the feather of hope, you know, anyway. And again, there are sacral blockages in your energies that have to do with your creative passions and your desires. So check that, because if you're kind of like working for something that is not giving you creative joy just to bring in the money, which I know a lot of people in general do. I can't even just say Divine Masculine, because Divine Feminines do that too. I think it's just saying that you can start working on clearing those blockages if you're unhappy, like if you're unsatisfied with that, if you're like, not feeling it, what my creative passion is, like start talking to yourself about what those creative passions are, because then you can manifest them. You'll find ways. And simplify, you know, be aware of what the attachments to the distorted views, to where you're being just like stuck, bored, stifled. You're not letting, again, those creative energies flow through. Maybe you're just being a little bit stubborn, okay? But stubborn also can be discernment, is what I'm hearing. So again, find out where you can use your mind, your technology, you know, your technology, because there's a very high tempting offer that Divine Masculines are like, okay, I'm in this energy shift now. Do I allow spirit to come in? Do I fight spirit and stay out? You know, the Five of Pentacles is also a feeling of isolation, of not having it. Do I allow spirit to come in, or do I keep fighting it, or do I integrate it? Because you can have both. Divine Masculine, you can be spiritual and have your material possessions as well. Absolutely. Where did it go? The woman holding her coin. But you need to check your attachments and simplify. And that way you're using your mind to free up that stagnant, distorted energy. That's where we are today, huh? Okay. Yeah, check that, because if you're attached to this, you know, this idea, it's probably really making you feel like you gotta fight and feel like you're abandoned, left out. You know, you gotta keep fighting for this. So do more creative passion to integrate. Very tempting to keep fighting, isn't it? To fight yourself, to fight looking at what makes your sacral flow, what makes it have joy, passion, delight, warmth, joy, abundance flowing. This is the powerful energy shift that the spirit is coming into for divine masculine. And so, yeah, it's probably like having them feeling a little shaky. How about any last kind of words of advice? Ooh, words of advice. Look, it's the 5 of Wands. Words of advice. Oh, with the Death card, though. Yay, divine masculine. Keep transforming those conflicts within those internal battles, or even fighting other people to be this rebirth person that you are coming into. It's a tempting offer, right? This offer has high prices to keep the distorted view of your material possessions, of how you interact with your material world, but you are the creator, okay? You can take a stand and absolutely shift your perspective from being super attached to material possessions in the way that you kind of draw it in naturally to you. Like you just kind of allow spirit to bring you things like, okay, support or advice for divine masculine. Advice for divine masculine. Justice. Honor thy truth. Honor thy truth, not the distorted view, not the stifled and bored attachments to the feelings of isolation, or that you have to possess material wealth to be acknowledged or accepted. You don't have to fight this huge energy shift that spirit is coming in to elevate you truly, to, simplify your life and to bring in this new way of being a divine being. Like, you're special. You are very powerful, and your existence is meaningful here. There's a reason. There's an absolute reason, even if you don't know it yet. Do what is right for you. Do what is right by others. Restoration, justice, it will be yours if you are fearful of even bringing forward like your true passions and creative flow. You are supported. Just cut the bullshit. Cut out anything that's holding you in this 5 of Pentacles mentality that you can't have. Cut out the attachment to the lack mentality. Bring your justice. Honor thy truth. Swing thy sword. Honor thy truth. I love you so much, divine masculine. If only you knew how beautiful you truly are through this journey, you will see, though. You will come to find out. I think that it's even unfolding how powerful and magical you really are. If I could just tell you, oh my goodness, the vision that I had. You guys, I will just say Merlin. That's all I will say. Powerful champions of earth, magic, consciousness, masculine, beautiful. I love you. Have a beautiful day. See you next time.